My name is Katie Day and I work with women who predominantly work in male-dominated environments, and I help them to have a voice with confidence and authority without losing the essence of their femininity. My book is called The High Heeled Leader, and I'm kind of launching a new part of my business called the High Heeled Leader Club, where women can go online and join the High Heeled Leader Club and be part of the global network. The book was created with the huge help of Mindy. I mean, without Mindy's structure, without that focus, that discipline, those weekly webinars over 10 weeks, it probably wouldn't have got written, because it's actually been in my head for the last 15 years. But it was only when I joined KPI program in October 2011 and started working with Mindy, and that, the second day of the program was the day with her. It took me a week to map it out and 3 weeks to write it. So within a month, it was done. I've literally a few days ago have returned from Washington, DC, where I was at the Hay House conference, signing copies of my book. They had 75 copies, which flew off the shelves. I met Wayne Dyer, Louise Hay, Doreen Virtue, Caroline Miss, Denise Lynn. I was approached by a guy who's head of training for the US military, who wanted a book for himself, who wants to talk to me about gender diversity training and linking up with him, because he's looking for a dynamic woman to work with. That will be me then, because I am a KPI. So it's just been phenomenal. I'm going back to California at the end of October to do the same thing. I've got my brochure printed. I'm being asked to write an article for Women in Business by a US business publication, which I submitted last night, and I'm being interviewed by a US radio station next Wednesday. Every single thing I've just talked about has been a direct result of KPI. Without KPI, none of it would have happened. Training is a very competitive field, very hugely competitive, and there's lots of people doing it. And it was finding that key difference, what was my unique selling point? What made me different to all the other trainers out there in that very competitive field? And what KPI did was to actually help me really identify what that unique selling point was, and actually really help me hone down. And Daniel talks a lot about your micro niche, and I'd always been very hesitant to come up with a micro niche, and I wanted to be like the GP who could heal everything. And actually, once I'd really concentrated on it, was women in male-dominated environments, and that's where most of my work had been. And once I honed in on that and really concentrated on that as my micro niche, everything started to open up. So it really, really does work. So that was the key point for me, to identify what sets me apart from everybody else. The KPI program was without doubt the best business decision I've ever made in my entire life. I remember vividly that very first evening, just walking into that reception area, getting my badge, ticking off my name, and the buzz of the energy of those other 54 people there having a coffee. Nobody knew each other, but it was that buzz of that energy of that we were all there with a common purpose, and we were all really excited to get going, to get cracking, and to really step into our power, step into our magnificence and shine. And then the whole day with Mike Harris on the Friday, and the full day with Mindy. Well, I don't think I slept for a week following. I mean, I was just buzzing with so much adrenaline. It was just brilliant. So just to be with like-minded people who had a similar passion about what they do. What really hit me more than anything, I think, was that everybody on the KPI program was actually connecting with people from their heart and not their head. And I think that's what KPI does. That's the difference that it makes, that the people are drawn to attend the program and see it through to the end. They're connecting with their heart. So it's our authenticity, our integrity, and our passion for what we do really comes across. So just to be with all of those people for me was an absolute joy and a gift. It's the easiest business decision you will ever make in your life, joining the KPI program. If you are really serious about your business, if you are passionate about what you do, if you really want to get that message out to a wider audience, and if you're absolutely ready to come out of your comfort zone, stick to the program, listen to the experts, do what you're meant to do in the timescale that you're meant to do it. If you're focused, dedicated and determined, then KPI is an absolute no-brainer. You will not regret it. It was worth every single penny.
If you'd like to know more about how you can become a key person of influence, go to www.kpioffer.com and download your free chapters of the best-selling book, Become a Key Person of Influence. You can also click the link in the video description.